Hello friends, today we are going to talk about typecasting in Java programming language. What is typecasting? How to do typecasting? What are different types of typecasting? And how actually typecasting is done? We will learn this with concept and example. Here we have a class typecasting and it has its main method. Here we will declare two variables of type double, and memory allocated to a double variable is 8 bytes. So 8 bytes are allocated to number 1 and 8 bytes are allocated to another variable number 2. We are declaring another variable result of type integer, and 4 bytes memory is allocated to integer variable. Now what we are doing? We are adding these two double numbers and we are saving output in our variable result. Now we will print it on the console. We will save it. Now we will try to compile it. But here we have got 01 error, and the error is here at this point hat is showing, and the error is possible lossy conversion from double to int. What it is saying? It is saying that there is a chance that in this conversion data could be lost as we are saving a double variable to integer. Here you can see result is of type int and we are saving sum of doubles in it. This is due to typecasting, as we are saving variable of one type to the variable of another type. As we have learned in our previous lecture, data type in Java programming language, for double we have 8 bytes and for int we have 4 bytes. So this is the error that we are saving double in int. What is typecasting? Typecasting is assigning value of one variable to another variable of different type. There are two types of typecasting in Java programming language. Widening typecasting, it is done implicitly. Narrowing typecasting, we have to do it at our own. Now let's talk about widening typecasting. It is done when two types are compatible. Target type is larger than the source type and nothing will be lost due to memory. It is that we are saving a smaller value in a larger allocated memory, so no value will be lost. Here you can see if we are saving byte in short or short in int or byte in float, or here you can see if we have a smaller data type saving in larger data type, then it is widening typecasting. It is done automatically as no data will be lost. As here you can see we have a variable result of type double and these 8 bytes are allocated to this variable. Now if we want to save another variable number 1 of type int, then this memory will be saved inside result variable and no data will be lost. It is widening typecasting and it is done automatically. Now we will talk about narrowing typecasting. Target type is smaller than the source type and data could be lost due to memory. If we are saving a double variable in a float variable, then we know that double has 8 bytes and float has 4 bytes. So there is a chance that data will be lost. Or if we are saving a long in integer, or we are saving int in short or short in byte, there is a chance that data will be lost. So we have to do it explicitly. We have to tell the compiler that we know there could be loss of data, but we are accepting it. This is example of narrowing typecasting, and here you can see we have a result and it has 4 bytes as its type is int. We are trying to save a variable of type double and it has 8 bytes. So these 4 bytes will be saved in this memory, but these other 4 bytes, this data will be lost. That's why it is not happened implicitly, and we have to tell the compiler that we are knowing data could be lost, but we are doing it intentionally. Now how we can do typecasting? Widening typecasting is done automatically, but here in our case we have variables of double and we are saving it in int, so data of 4 bytes could be lost. We will type in parentheses int and we are saying that convert this result into integer type and then save in the result variable. Now we will try to compile it, but here we have same error, that possible lossy conversion from double to int. Why it is so? Because we are typecasting number 1 variable only and still number 2 variable is of type double so there is chance of loss. Now what we will do, we will put this in parentheses, and as we have learned in our previous lectures about operator precedence that unary operator has highest precedence. Now these two variables will be added, and then we will typecast the result into integer, and only first 4 bytes will be saved in our result variable. Now we will save it and we will try to compile it. It has been compiled successfully, as you can see. Now we will run it, and great friends, here you can see we have got the result which is exactly 11. This is due to that we have typecasted it successfully. Now we will do widening typecasting, and as we know it is done automatically. We will convert the result to double. Now we are saving the sum of number 1 and number 2 variable in result, and as we know that result variable is of type double, it has 8 bytes, and result and number 1 plus number 2 has 4 bytes, so no data will be lost. Now we will try to compile it, and it has been compiled successfully. Now we will see if the result is correct. And great, here you can see we have successfully compiled and run it, and widening typecasting has been done automatically by the compiler for us. Now if we have another case, for example, if we have one variable of type double and other variable of type int. Now if we will try to compile it, let's see if we can compile it successfully. And yes friends, we have compiled it successfully. Now we will run it, and great, here you can see we have got the result. What has happened actually? First, this number 1, it is of type integer. It is converted to type double. Then this double is added with number 2 variable of type double, and then that result of type double is saved, and then their sum is saved in result variable which is also of type double. If we are dividing number 1 by number 2, and now if we will try to compile it, it has been compiled successfully. Now we will try to run it. Here you can see we have also successfully divided it. Why? Because first number 1 integer variable was converted to number 1 double variable, then number 1 variable was divided by another double type variable number 2, and result was saved. We have seen the examples of widening and narrowing typecasting. Practice this concept and understand it completely. Subscribe to Spark Courses to get updates for upcoming Java videos. Share it with the community. Help them to understand typecasting correctly, and it will also promote this channel and more videos will be uploaded. Thanks for your time.